I like this setup. This is cool.
Yeah, what the scoreboard's a little low.
We'll start right there with Mike Brey, head coach of Notre Dame. What do you think of the setup here? We are in the Spectrum Center.
I love it. I've not been in the facility, and of course we'll be back here in about 4 months. And so it's neat to see it. And, of course, I like the change of format because we used to be up at 5 in the morning heading to the ESPN studios.
Yep.
So we're all here, and it's always a great day. There's always a lot of buzz around.
All right, we're here to
media
talk
day.
basketball with you, obviously.
Yes.
So the first question I got to ask you is, how's your son's football team doing?
Well, we're 3-1 in the league right now. We've won 3 of 4 after starting 0-5 and playing the toughest schedule in the state of North Carolina. So I visited with him last night. He looks a little saner because he's won 3 out of 4. They got a big one on Friday, and he's got a chance to make the playoffs. So thanks for asking about Audrey Kell football.
Well, I love how much you say we.
Yes, I'm in it with him, man. I'm looking at the scores of Twitter when I'm out. Like, I'm living and dying with him, man.
So that's what I was going to ask. Do you follow the games?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I got to a couple early in the season, and I do. I follow it and love talking to him and listening to him. And he's kind of building a program. He's in year 2. They love living here in the Charlotte area, and I think he loves the kids he's working with, and I think they're getting better.
In a different world, could you have been a football coach? Like, is it like a Plinko chip where you were going to be a coach, but sort of it was going to be one knock this way or that way?
It's funny. My parents were educators, and so I kind of fell in line with the family business, so to speak. And my son had always been around teaching and coaching and basketball camps, and he became a football player himself, thus football coaching. But I think my sister's in education, my brother's in education, my son, my daughter. It's kind of the family thing we do, and it comes pretty natural. And it beats a real job, by the way.
So does he follow your same philosophy, and he's got like a really senior heavy team?
No, you know what? He is a little young. He says next year is going to be his best team, and I have actually violated my get old, stay old philosophy. This is the first time in 19 years where I will be playing some new guys. But it's kind of exciting territory for me with 5 freshmen and a transfer eligible.
Do you ever accidentally call one of them Bonzi, just yelling, like, come on, Bonzi?
I do sometimes wake up in a cold sweat at night here in October and go, boy, I couldn't throw it to the post with the Bonzi. Matt Farrell can't, drill a 3 for us. But I like our makeup. We have Rex Pfluger and TJ Gibbs, veteran guys, old guys, guards that have been around and have won together. And then Johnny Mooney and Elijah Burns are some older frontline guys who now need to do more for us as being support guys earlier behind Bonzi and Martin Gebbin. And then it's the young guys. We went on a foreign tour, so that helped us. We had reps this summer. We had 10 practices and 3 games this summer. So I'm trying to get a feel for which young guys are going to be in the rotation, but I'm going to have to be patient and play them.
Yeah, it was a grueling road trip to check my notes here. Oh, the Bahamas.
The Bahamas.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Did you have to twist your arm? And
I had to rough it in the Atlantis for 6 nights in the Atlantis.
How do those come about?
We went to Italy 4 years ago, and of course the foreign tour 4 years ago set up Connaughton and Grant for the ACC championship run in 2015. It was a great springboard, but I thought I don't want to bounce around in a bus through a country and 5 different cities. We're going to one place, and I talked to some guys that did the Bahamas thing. Our players obviously voted for it. There's a casino in the hotel, and I think they all lost their per diem the first night in the casino. We played 3 games down there. You're able to play everybody and really evaluate them. But I think the most important part of foreign tours is the 10 practice you're allowed. You're allowed 10 practices in those foreign tour summers. We did like 7 in a row in early August, and I thought we really got better and learned about our team.
Do you have a favorite casino game?
I don't. I'm not a big gambling guy, and that's probably a blessing. I probably saved some money that way. But my guys, I think, were all over that roulette wheel.
It's a lot of fun, exciting there.
When you go on the foreign tour, you mentioned you got a lot of new players this year. Is the focus more on installing your stuff with the new guys, or is it all about team building and using that time that you're away from campus?
It's a little bit of both. It's a great question. It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of, wanting our young guys to learn how we play. And I've always been fortunate, and I mentioned Pfluger, Gibbs, Mooney, and Burns. Those 4 guys kind of helping me teach the young guys, this is how we do it. these are our standards. This is our culture. This is what we emphasize. They were great helps this summer and through the preseason, getting our young guys to understand. Now, the team building and the camaraderie, that was great for our freshmen in a hotel with our guys going through the routine.
He is the head coach of Notre Dame, and he is the unofficial biggest fan of Audrey Kell High School. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
For
Always good to be with
Coach.
you. Thanks, man. Thanks,
Best
guys.